What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Sunday morning edition of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. Follow BettingPros on Twitter at BettingProsNFL. We're here for video with YouTube every single day and wherever you get your audio podcast. BetMGM, the offer, you guys can use that $5 offer today. It's a $5, $100 in free bets if the game you bet on in the NFL scores a touchdown, side total, money line, whatever, $5, $100 given to you with the promo code JUICE100, JUICE100 at BetMGM. For new users, BetMGM.com. All right, so Saturday was kind of an up and down, blah type of day. So we went 1-2 on the picks for the pod. And then I added like a million picks and a million plays. I ended with even money win in the Zepeda fight, getting a knockout over Vargas. That was nice. So I got that to end the day. We had some ads where I had a UFC 3-fight parlay that hit, which was nice. But NBA basketball 0-2, baseball 0-1, just kind of I kind of went crazy yesterday. So I know I was down. Officially, I'm down. I think I'm down almost 2 units officially, but I think personally, not bad. Got the North Carolina over, which was nice to get that. I had a full unit on that, and a couple other things that were kicking around that were okay. Didn't get the plus 3.5 or the money line for UNC, but those are smaller bets that I had on that. So overall, I think pretty much a flat day personally, down for the podcast, but let's get to Sunday. Forget about Saturday. Let's move on to Sunday. Okay, so I've already given you guys Cincinnati minus 10. Okay, already gave you that. Now, got 3 more plays to give you guys. Here's the interesting thing for tomorrow. Dan Harris and I will do the live stream like we always do at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, off of the YouTube channel for Betting Pros. Go search Betting Pros. Go follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. So we've got a 6-1 mark for the Wong teaser. 6-1. There may not be a bet that qualifies for the Wong teaser this week, which is kind of crazy. Now, we'll have a teaser, but it may not be a Wong teaser. Now, remember, there's very specific types of parameters, the 49 and teasing home favorites up and teasing home dogs up and teasing road favorites down. We can't, right now, the only game that is qualifying right now is the Lions at plus 3.5 at home. And even that, technically, it's supposed to be 2.5 for it to qualify for a Wong teaser. So even technically there, that 3.5 doesn't even qualify. So I don't know if we're going to have an official Wong teaser. We'll have a teaser tomorrow, this morning. But I don't know if we're going to have a Wong teaser. So just heads up, 6-1 mark on that. I know you guys tune into the live stream to hear that, but I don't know if we're going to have that coming up here this morning. So just FYI on the Wong teaser, may just be an official teaser. I'm going to tease the Lions, okay? We're taking 3.5 in the contest for the Circa Million. Both teams taking the Lions at plus 3.5. I will tease that up. I will go up to, up to 9.5. But the other leg, I don't really know as of yet. Right now, it's the Patriots. Patriots 4.5. You'll hear more about that coming up here in just 1 second. But I would tease the Patriots up from 4.5 to 10.5. Patriots, Lions, 2-leg teaser is probably where I'm going to go here, but I don't know yet. I got to kind of work things out a little bit, okay? So let's get to the picks here today, okay? So we already have one unit, Cincinnati minus 10. We'll have the teaser coming in here as well, so that'll be 2 units. 3 more picks to give you guys here today. Let's start with the Titans at Indianapolis. I like Indy minus 2.5 here in the contests, okay? Both teams are taking the Colts here for the Circa Million. I like that play. I like the over better. 50.5 is the total for Tennessee at Indianapolis. Shop around some 51s, 50.5. So we've got a 4-3 mark for Tennessee to the over, 4-3 mark to the over for Indy, okay? Indy, last game against San Francisco, 30-18 the final. The over goes over by 6.5. Game against Kansas City, the 27-3 win for the Titans. That game went under by 29 points. But before that, the 3 games they played against the Jets, Jags, and Bills all went over by 11.5, 7.5, and 6.5. The game against the Colts, the last time these two teams played, 25-16, the game at Tennessee. That game went under by just 6 points, just barely. So we've got a team where 3 of the last 4 games have gone over for Indianapolis, and 3 of the last 4 games have gone over for Tennessee, and the number has stayed pretty much between 47 and 54, somewhere in there. This total is right smack in the middle. I think at home, Carson Wentz in this offense, they figured something out last week against the San Francisco 49ers, and I think it has a lot to do with Jonathan Taylor, his ability to run the football here. So I think this Colts team at home, this is basically the season for them. They have got to win this game. I like backing teams that are desperate. And look, Indy's desperate. They have to win this game against the Titans, or the Titans could pretty much like go and run away with this. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, right, the Titans are already a playoff team. So this is a big game in the AFC South coming up here today. Titans are 5-2. Colts would fall to 3-5 if they lose this. They'll be 3 games behind Tennessee already, and they will have lost both games to the Titans. So huge game here. When it comes to offense, that's where I'm looking at this Indy defense. They're giving up about 21, 22 points a game. Tennessee's defense is not good, and their secondary is not good. They're giving up 23.4 points per game, but giving up 6 yards a play. I mean, that's not good. Giving up 4.5 yards per rush. That's 25th in the NFL. Giving up 7.2 yards per pass play. That's 21st. I don't like this Titans defense, but I like the Titans offense, right? Titans offense, 27.6 points per game. They're 5.6 yards per play. They're running 4.8 yards per play. That's top 10 in the NFL. They're running the ball 32 times per game. That's first in the NFL, as you'd expect, with Derrick Henry being the running back. And then you've got a Colts defense that's okay against the run. Not great. 4.2 yards per rush and 26.7 rushes per game. Give up 111 yards on the ground per game. I mean, you could say that Henry's going to have a big game running the ball. And on the other end, I think so will the Colts throwing the football. I think we got offense over 50.5. Tennessee and Indianapolis on the road at Indy, Tennessee. We're going over 50.5 for 1 unit. All right. Second play, Patriots at the Chargers. All right. Before you go, Matt, you're going with your team. Let me explain why. All right. 4.5 numbers, 5's coming down. I took 4.5 tonight. Patriots plus 4.5. Last year, the Patriots won 45-0 at the Chargers. Same place. Now, it was Cam Newton, okay? But what the Patriots did last year, Cam Newton threw for a grand total of 69 yards in the game. Cam got hurt in this game, too. Jarrett Stidham came in and threw for 61 yards and 1 touchdown in relief of Cam after he got hurt. But Patriots won the game 45-0. Actually, I don't think Cam got hurt. Actually, no, I think it was a blowout. I think he just came in during a blowout. Patriots were up 28-0 at the break. They wound up winning 45-0. They scored a special teams touchdown, but Damian Harris ran the ball 16 times for 80 yards, had a 5-yard per carry clip. Cam Newton, 14 carries for 48 yards and 2 touchdowns, both in the red zone. They had Gunnar Olszewski, 1 catch, 1 touchdown for him. Sony Michel had a catch in this game. N'Keal Harry had 2 catches in this game, okay? On the other side, Justin Herbert, 26 of 53 for 209 yards and 2 interceptions. Now, he's not a rookie anymore, okay? I'll give you that. He's now a second-year pro. But Austin Eckler, 8 carries, 36 yards. That's it. And now Austin Eckler's got a hip injury. Out of practice Thursday and Friday. And if that guy's not available for the Chargers, the Patriots run the ball really well this year. That's without Cam Newton, okay? Patriots are averaging 4 yards per rush. That's only 22nd best in the league. I get it. But the Chargers are last. They have the worst rushing defense in the NFL, 5.4 yards per carry, all right? 162.5 yards per rush given up, per game rather, on the ground. Last in the NFL. People are sleeping on this. They're all enamored with, oh my God, Justin Herbert. Their defense is bad. It's okay against the pass. Well, it's pretty good against the pass. 6.5 yards per pass play. But what are the Patriots going to do? You think the Patriots are going to go and go, oh, hey, Mac, you know what? Man, go ahead. You're going to throw the ball 40 times. No, this is Belichick here. I know Brandon Staley's a very good coach, defensive-minded coach, but he has to fix the rush defense because the rush defense is bad. And what do the Patriots want to do? Run the ball. I expect this to be a lower scoring game than people think. I don't hate a play on the under, but I got 4.5 points here. I think the Patriots run the ball. They grind it. I think Mac Jones could outplay Justin Herbert here, okay? I'm not talking about him throwing for 300 yards, but just being consistent, dinking and dunking. Patriots right now, I mean, offensively, they're completing 62% of their pass plays. That's better than what, the Chargers are completing 64% of their pass plays. The big play is the big concern, right? The deep ball, Patriots secondary, that's the big concern. But if you don't have Austin Eckler and you become one-dimensional, Patriots pass rush can pin their ears back and go after Justin Herbert. That's not good news, All right? That's not good news here if you are a Chargers fan. Not saying the Patriots are going to dominate, but they have dominated. Patriots in their last 17 meetings are 14-3 against the Chargers, 12-4 against the spread. And you may go, Matt, that's Tom Brady. Sure, but last year was Cam Newton. Last year wasn't Tom Brady. Last year was Cam Newton. And the most lopsided victory for the Patriots was 45-0 by Cam Newton. You want to go back to the playoffs in 2019. Patriots won the game 41-28. Just blasted the Chargers in the playoff game at Gillette. Time before that, Patriots played back on October 29th of 2017, 21-13. You can say, Matt, these games are all a long time ago. I get it, but what about last year? Like, what do you make of last year? And this Chargers defense does not stop the run. Load up on Damian Harris prop bets, okay? I'm going to be on Damian Harris props. Dan Harris and I will go over this, but we'll see where his projections are for Damian Harris. But I expect a big running attack for the Patriots coming up here today. They may lose the game. If they lose it by 3. Patriots plus 4.5 for 1 unit. And then one more play. We're going to Tampa and New Orleans. Lines 4.5 for the Tampa Bay Bucks. This number has been creeping up over the last couple. It was 5, then 4, now back up to 4.5. Huge game for the New Orleans Saints here, who are 4-2. They want to contend with the Buccaneers. They got to win this game. Tampa is 6-1 right now, but man, are they good. And they just put a hurting on the Bears. So here's the problem for New Orleans. They can't run the ball, and you don't run the ball on this defense for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is giving up 3.7 yards per rush, third best in the NFL. Problem is, New Orleans runs the ball 3.9 yards a carry. That's not good. Alvin Kamara can't run. I'll be on under Alvin Kamara rushing props in this game, okay? We'll see where the numbers kind of kick out and where Darren Harris likes it as well for the live stream. But Alvin Kamara under rushing props, yep. They're going to run the ball. If they try, they're going to have zero success. And that means it's Jameis Winston throwing into a secondary that's not great for Tampa, but it's Jameis. I think Jameis throws for a couple of touchdowns in this game, okay? I do. I think Jameis Winston over 1.5 touchdown tosses is a pretty good bet. I think he's going to throw on this defense because this defense has been susceptible to giving up, not huge plays, but kind of big plays. I mean, Tampa's giving up 2.4 yards per game, 2.4 touchdowns per game, 10th best in the NFL, but 3.2 touchdowns a game for New Orleans. That's 8th best in the NFL. So they're scoring. But Tampa scores too, 4.3 touchdowns per game. That's number 1. But New Orleans defense only giving up 1.7 touchdowns per game. If their defense really bows up, I think they could keep them in the game. And maybe that's why the under comes in here on this game. But I think at the end of the day, Jameis Winston makes mistakes. And I think this Bucs team has enough playmakers to make his life a living heck. And I think they get after him. And I think they make Jameis Winston make mistakes. I would love nothing more for the Saints to win this game. Okay, it would be great for the over 9.5 bet that we've got going with New Orleans. They've got 4. They get a win here at 5, which basically, after 7 games, they're 5-2. That's enormous for the over 9.5 wins. But I just don't see it. I think Tampa Bay, I think the Buccaneers defense will make enough plays, and I think Jameis Winston ultimately will throw and make mistakes here in this game. Tampa Bay laying 4.5. I'm going Bucs minus 4.5 here for 1 unit. All right. So those are the plays. Cincy minus 10. We're going Patriots plus 4.5. We're going Bucs minus 4.5, and the over 50.5 for the Titans and the Colts. I do lean Indianapolis minus 2.5, minus 3. That's I may have a personal play on Indianapolis. The teaser bet will still come at you. We'll see what I'm going to do with the teaser bet. Not exactly positive where I'm going with the teaser. We'll watch line movements in the morning, see how volatile the lines get. There may be a game that does qualify for a Wong teaser by the time we get to the live stream. Very possible. But as of right now, I don't know if we're going to have a Wong teaser for tomorrow because I don't know if it actually any game qualifies for a Wong teaser. But we will have just a plain teaser going on for tomorrow's podcast or tomorrow's slate for sure. So minimum of 5. Plus the props all still to come at you guys coming up here. So I will talk to you for the live stream, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 o'clock in the morning Pacific Time for the live stream with Dan Harris and myself off the YouTube channel for BettingPros.com. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter, @SportsTalkMatt. Each and every morning, it's the Daily Juice Podcast right here on BettingPros.com.